Hey guys, it's Mrs. Moylan and Miss Garcia. We are here to go over the spring semester review for your final exam that will be next week, starting with number one. Number one, what is a function? A function is when x does not repeat. And looking at our examples, the first one is a function. The second one is not. The third one is a function. And the last one is not. Because if you look at the ones that are not, it's because the x's are repeating. -1 and -1 repeats. And then on the last example, 2 and 2 repeat. So that makes it not a function. Number 3, Sergio wants to paint only the sides of the box below. What is the area that Sergio will paint? So since they're looking for just the sides, we would be finding the lateral surface area. So the formula would be S equals PH. The base is this rectangle. So to find the perimeter of that, I would do 20 plus 8 plus 20 plus 8, which equals 56. And then the height would be 16, so 56 times 16 equals a lateral surface area of 896 centimeters squared. On number 4, if Sergio changes his mind and wants to paint all of the box, what is the total area he will paint? So we already know the lateral surface area is 896 plus 2 times the area of the base, which means that I'd have to do 20 times 8 to find the area of the base. So 20 times 8 would give me 160 times 2 plus 896 gives you 1,216 centimeters squared. Number 5, a soccer ball has a radius of 2.5 inches. How much air will the ball hold? So since it's the air is going inside the sphere, that means we're finding volume. Volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. So the radius for this is 2.5. So we would cube that times pi times 4/3, which would give us a volume of approximately 65.3 inches cubed. And then on the next one, a cone has a radius of 2.5 centimeters and a height of 13 centimeters. What is the volume of this cone? So volume equals 1/3 big B H. To find the big B, we have to find the area of the base, which is a circle. So pi times the radius squared. You have to do that first. And then times the height, which is 13, and times 1/3, because that's what's in the formula. And that would give you an answer of approximately 85.08 centimeters cubed. Number 7, find the volume of the cylinder. Your formula is V equals big BH. The big B is the area of the base, and in this case, the base is a circle, so pi r squared. And the radius is half of what is shown in the picture. That's a picture of the diameter, so it's 5 squared times pi. You've got to do that first, and then times the height, which is 12, which gives you a volume of 942.48 centimeters cubed. Number 8, a Coke can has a diameter of 3 inches and a height of 5 inches. To find the volume of the Coke can, use the formula V equals BH, which they give you in the problem. Explain how to determine B. So all it wants to know is if you were looking for the area of the base, what would you do? You would do pi r squared, because a Coke can is a cylinder and the base of a cylinder is a circle, and the radius is 1.5 because that's half of the diameter. So 1.5 squared times pi would be how you would find the big B. So that would be your answer, pi times 1.5 squared. Number 9, find the missing side of the triangle. And so this is a right triangle, so we would use Pythagorean theorem. A is the shortest side, B is the medium side, and C is the largest side. So we are looking for C. So we plug it into our formula. 2 squared plus 4 squared equals C squared. 2 squared is 4, 4 squared is 16. Add them together and you get 20. Square root of 20 is approximately 4.47 centimeters. So that would be your answer. Number 10, find the measurement of the segment. Same thing, we are looking for the hypotenuse of the right triangle that's on the grid. A, again, is the shortest side. B is the medium. C is the longest, so we are looking for C again. A is equal to 6 plus 8 squared equals C squared. 6 squared is 36 plus 64 equals 100. And the square root of 100 equals 10. So 10 units. Number 11. Aaron is going to invest $1,500 at a 5% simple annual interest rate. How many years will it take to double his investment? So if I am putting in $1,500, that's my principal. To double that, I would need another $1,500. So I'm looking for $1,500 in interest in order to figure out the time. Meaning, there's a couple ways you can solve it. Probably the easiest is maybe to guess and check. So principal times rate times time. So you could maybe just pick an amount of time, like whatever, I don't know, pick something. The answer is 20, so I'm going to just guess that one for you. And once I solve that, that gives me $1,500. So you could guess and check. Your semester exam is going to be multiple choice, so you could use the choices. You could divide. There's a couple different ways you could work that one out. Number 12. Dylan is taking out a loan of $25,000. He has two choices for the loan. Choice A is a 4-year loan at 4% simple interest. And the other choice is a 6-year loan at 5% simple interest. What is the difference in the amount of interest Dylan would have to pay for each of these two loans? So in the first choice, he would earn $4,000 in interest. And then on the second choice, he would earn $7,500 in interest. But the question is, what is the difference? So you would have to subtract 7,500 minus 4,000 to figure out that they have a difference of $3,500 in interest. And again, we just used the formula for simple interest. Number 13. Olivia will deposit $3,500 in an account that earns 6% simple interest every year. So her principal is $3,500. Her rate is 0.06. And then Christina, her principal is $3,200. And her rate is 0.08. And then Olivia is simple interest and Christina is compound interest. So there's two different formulas there. Describe each girl's balance at the end of 3 years. So both of them, the time is 3 years. So when you plug it into the formulas, you will get that Olivia earns $630 in interest, which means you have to add that to her principal to figure out her total amount. So she has a total of $4,130 is her total. And then for Christina, using that formula, you get the total amount. You don't have to add. So she has $4,031.08 is her total. So to describe the difference, you could say that Olivia ends up with more money. You could tell the difference by subtracting them. A couple different ways you could describe their accounts. Number 14. All the angles inside a triangle add up to 180 degrees. Exterior angles of a triangle add up to 360 degrees. If the measure of angle ABC, meaning this angle right here, letter B is the middle letter, so that's the vertex, is 49 degrees, and BCA, meaning right here, is 75 degrees, what is the measure of the exterior DAB? So you're looking for the outside angle. So what you would need to do is you could add 75 plus 49, which equals 124. And that happens to be what DAB is. But in case you forgot that that's the truth, the two interiors add up to the exterior, you could subtract 180 minus 124 to get 56. So this interior angle is 56, which makes the exterior angle 124. So angle DAB equals 124 degrees. And number 17, describe the angles to the left. Those are corresponding angles. They are congruent, but their technical term is corresponding. Number 18, a triangle is enlarged by multiplying each of its dimensions by 4. Describe what happens to the perimeter. So let's say that this is an equilateral triangle and it all measured 2, 2, 2. The perimeter of this would be 2 plus 2 plus 2, which is 6. If it is enlarged by multiplying each of its dimensions by 4, so 2 times 4, it would be 8, 8, and 8, meaning the perimeter would be 24. So the question is, what happens to the perimeter? Well, we went from 6 to 24, so the perimeter got 4 times larger, because 6 times 4 is 24. Number 19, set up proportions to show corresponding sides for the similar polygons. Two different ways that you could look at this. You could say 11 goes with 110, so 11 goes with 110, and then 15 goes with 150. 15 goes with 150. That's one way to write the proportion. Or you could use the letters from the triangle. And so you could say side AB goes with side WX. And then side BC goes with side XY. So you could either look at it in terms of numbers or you could look at it in terms of the letters of the segments. Number 20, describe the following transformations. So a reflection is a flip, a translation is a slide, a dilation is a shrink or a stretch, and a rotation is a turn. Describe what happens when a figure is translated. That just means that it goes left or right, and it can also go up or down. So it's just sliding. And so in terms of like the algebraic expression, you might have x, y, and the only thing that's happening to them is maybe you do x plus 2 and y minus 4 or something like that. It's always going to be addition and subtraction. There will not be any multiplication in a translation. Number 22. Which transformation does not preserve congruence? The only one that changes the shape is dilation. 23. Describe the transformation below and describe the rule for the image coordinates. So I say just focus on one point. So I'm going to focus on point C. The original point C was at 2, -2. And then the new point C is at 5, -5. So to figure out what's happening here, you could take -5 divided by -2 and see that it's getting multiplied by 2.5. So x and y is what we started with. It gets transformed by getting multiplied by 2.5x and 2.5y. I'm not sure if you can see that. I'll write it down here. 2.5x and 2.5y, like that. Number 24. Rotate the figure below 180 degrees clockwise and describe the rule for the image coordinates. So same thing, just focus on one point. So if we focus on point A, the original A was at 1, -2, and then the new point A moved to 1, +2. So x and y became same x, nothing changed about the x, and the opposite y. And you show that with a negative sign to show that it is the opposite of what it started as. Number 25. For the scatter plot below, estimate the sail at 21 degrees Celsius. So right here on our graph is where 21 degrees Celsius would be. So seeing the point where it lines up with the trend line, or the line is best fit, measuring how far it goes over, it's somewhere right below 500. So you could say maybe 480, 490, 495, something right below 500. And again, your semester exam is going to be multiple choice, so that would be easier to define. 26. Describe the relationship for each scatter plot. For the first one, that is negative and linear because the trend line is going down. For the second one, that is no correlation because there is no trend. And then for the last one, that is nonlinear because it is following a line but not a straight one. It is kind of going like that. And number 27. Find the mean absolute deviation for the set of data below. Step 1, find the mean. Step 2, subtract each number from the mean. Step 3, find the mean of the differences. So to find the mean, you add them all together and then divide by how many there are, which gives us a mean of 66.5. Then you would subtract each point from the mean. So the first point would be 19.5, the second one would be 39.5, next one would be 10.5, 20.5, 29.5, and then the last one is just 0.5. So once you've found all of that, then you find the mean of this data. And again, you add it all together and divide by 6 because there are 6 of them. And so your mean absolute deviation is 20. That concludes your review. I hope you study, and good luck on your semester exams.